This is Sean with Gate City Foundation Drainage. We are back on this job here. We have done, I guess, 4 projects out here so far. So let me give you a tour of what we've done and where we're going today. So I think this is like my 3rd customer ever. She called me, their basement had flooded. They had a bunch of workers down there and they were trying to redo out all the siding and everything. So we came through with a drainage system. Right here the water kind of flows across the driveway. We dropped a catch basin there, caught that gutter. Over here we poured all this concrete, and this back here would just like stay soaking wet all the time. And so we poured this, it's kind of got a swale to it. And there's also a French drain under here. We lengthened or heightened this gate here for their puppy dogs. So we caught that gutter. And we had a little bit of rain last night, not too much. This tree, that's too funny. We were moving this tree around and thought we'd nuked it several times, but I guess it's still doing okay. But if you remember, we brought in all this dirt. It was something like 80 tons or something of dirt. And we brought in all this sod here. And we did this walkway, these pavers here. So they've got a bunch of dogs. So the dogs have been running around. And dogs and grass don't do too well. So we extended this walkway out once already, and the neighbor over here is building a pool, so now she wants to extend this the rest of the way over to there. Let me go talk to Jason real quick. Alright, we're back. Filled in all this with dirt. All the trees are doing well. And let's see if we can find our outfall. Here we go. So there's our outfall, and that's with the French drain and the gutters on this side. So what we're working on today is we're going to be doing some concrete. So you may remember from the previous videos that there was a boardwalk right here. And I guess 2 years ago we repainted it and replaced a couple of rotten boards. But the posts were finally rotted out. So the homeowner took it out. And she called me back and she said, you know, we like the concrete on the other side that you did so well. Why don't you guys come and do some concrete on this side? And so the major goal here is to get this transition as smooth as we can. So we had come by with this and tried to make a little bit of a smoother transition so it wasn't a tripping hazard. So that's a major goal of this project. Okay. There was already a joint in the corner where this concrete turns the corner here. And so we decided to cut that joint and to take out this little bit of concrete around the corner to try to make the new concrete match up in a better angle to the old concrete. So Gomi here is just taking this old concrete out. Harvey had originally said that we would dig that up by hand, but once we got in there with all those roots, I said, nah, let me go get the mini bobcat. So I live right around the corner from here. So we got that just dug out just now. So even using this thing for 10 minutes, maybe 8 minutes can save a huge amount of work. And that's what we're all about, is saving labor. This job is not worth killing yourself over.
No, dice que aquel güey le mete la verga bien feo. Mira los cuatro de ahí para acá. Hey, somebody look.
Alright, we got rid of that old wood for her. So now they want to bring some gravel in. Well, we can't get any concrete until tomorrow morning, so we've got this formed up and we're just going to wait till concrete can get here tomorrow. So unfortunately, it's nice to get these done in one trip, but sometimes it doesn't work that way. We are back out here. It's the next morning. We couldn't get concrete yesterday, so this could have been all done yesterday, but we got on the schedule for the morning. So here we are, all formed up. These are for the wheelbarrows. I should have put these here when I had my mini skid steer over here. I wouldn't have been tipping around as much. But anyway, we are waiting on the concrete truck. So we're going to be barrowing this in. So I brought the guys love these wheelbarrows. So I brought these over for them. They were loading up some concrete chunks in them yesterday, and I told them, don't scratch my wheelbarrow with that concrete chunk. The concrete truck just arrived. the concrete guys just finished the pour. So now it's just hanging around until it sets up a little bit to do some edging and cut in some joints. And I think they're just going to do a broom finish, but I'm not sure. So as usual, I'm not going to stick around for that. So we'll be back over here once it's finished to take a look. We are back out here on this job. I wanted to take a look at the concrete sidewalk, and the homeowner also wants us to spread some dirt and do some Harley raking. They've got some uneven ground that they want taken care of. So let's take a look at how the sidewalk turned out. So this is looking pretty good. The homeowner's really happy about it. They can drive their riding lawnmower back across here to get through the gate. And the transition here is nice and smooth, so there's no step, no tripping hazard there. So that was a major goal of this job. So we brought some dirt. We're going to do some finish grading across here, and we're going to do some Harley raking in the front. Over here there's some roots they want to get rid of. Just the uneven ground, they want it just pretty much feathered out. So that's what we're working on today. We got the roots pulled out over here, and the problem is this area is just really uneven. And so I think there were some old roots or something, stumps here, and so there's a few holes. There's an old stump there, there's a hole right there, and so they want this just kind of evened out and feathered out so they can walk out here to the mailbox and whatnot. We got all this leveled out with the Harley rake, and now we're just getting it seeded and strawed. And same with this area, we got the roots pulled out of here, Got this all leveled out.
Bucket's right over there if you need it.
Looking good. We got all of our trash in the back of the dump truck. All the roots and things. So that'll be hauled away. So it's looking pretty good. Yeah, I did. This is the part where you pick it up. Wherever we are in town, we always get the same pizza guy. The black Mustang, that's Charles. We are finished with this job, so let's take a look. We're just getting stuff cleaned up. We got all the finish grading done right here against our new concrete. And so the concrete guy doesn't do finish grading. So I told him let his customers know that I can do it. That Harley rake works really well and finishes off the project really nicely. So we brought in a bunch of dirt back here for the customer. We seeded and strawed this area and put some sod up here. The dogs, I guess, when we first did this sod job, there were, I don't even know how many pallets of sod we laid, but the dogs were like digging right here all the time. And so that got pretty torn up. So we did some more sod here to try to get that going again. We brought in some dirt to try to level some stuff out. These are just like planting areas. So they just wanted dirt in here. No seed or straw or sod on top of it. So we tried to build up that bed a little bit. And just get the yard smoothed out a little bit better. It's a beautiful yard, that's for sure. So it never ends back here. That's part of the joy of having a nice yard like this. Oh, and we replanted these shrubs like 2 years ago, and they're doing okay, it looks like. So that's pretty funny, I just remembered that.